Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a tag video, and it's a tag video that Opinionated Scents here on YouTube actually created and made up. So I liked the questions. There's only 5, as you can see from the title, and they were interesting and fun. So yeah, I decided I would do it as well. And we're just gonna get right into it. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. So the first one's actually, if you live to be 125 years old, what fragrance would you wear on your deathbed, at your wake? A bit morbid, but I watched her video, and it was kind of like, what do you want people to remember you by if it had to be one scent? And that's really hard, but in the end, I chose Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. This is a really special fragrance to me. I've mentioned before in several videos, but it really does remind me of myself, and it's just like comforting. I find that it's very me, and after 125 years, it's not hopefully going to be like this horribly, devastatingly sad funeral, and it'll be much more of like a celebration of life. And I think this is a lovely fragrance to kind of represent me and my life for all my loved ones at my funeral. So I picked Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. It's a completely unisex scent, I mentioned before, so I really do recommend it, and I love that one. Then question 2, if aliens with a supersonic sense of smell invaded Earth, what fragrance would you wear to repel them? This, however, came very quickly to mind because obviously it was going to be something that I don't feel like I enjoy and that I feel like could repel aliens, and this one repels me. So I chose Womanity by Thierry Mugler. I won't even spray it, I've said before. I don't like this one. I really don't. It's salty, and it's got like fig and caviar, and I find that I can definitely smell the fig. I honestly don't think I smell caviar per se, but it's very off-putting, and it gets worse and worse on the skin. I feel like whatever it is that it really smells like, because like I said, to me, caviar is a very fishy smell, obviously, and this doesn't smell like that per se. It's just off. Like I can't imagine it being a scent that people like, even though I know that there are people that do like it, but it's not mass appealing, I'll put it that way, and it's not even close. And so I have almost a full bottle. I have almost 30 ml, and this is exactly what I would use to repel off aliens if we were under attack, because I can barely stand to smell it in the bottle myself. Then question number 3, if you were an astronaut on a one-day trip to settle another planet, what is one fragrance you would bring along if you could only bring one? Now, this is essentially just like another way of saying, like, if you had to only have one fragrance in your collection. But I tried to think of the aspect of being away from home, and obviously never being able to come back home, and wanting like a memory of fragrance collecting and this whole passion that I've had my whole life. So with that being said, I chose Gucci 2. This is the fragrance I've searched for the longest. It's always gonna have a really special, like, long-winded story behind looking for it, trying to find it, even the day it was delivered. Like, I feel like there's so much story around the scent and the ways it's intertwined into my life. And so I'd love to take this one. She's a heavy one to take up to space with me, but it wouldn't just be the scent, which I do love, and I find it's actually pretty unique. It would also be the story and kind of the memories that came along with it if I'm in space for the rest of my life. And then question number 4, if you were creating a time capsule to be opened in 200 years and were asked to include one fragrance, what would you choose to kind of represent now, or like the best that had been created? And when I watched her video, she described it more as kind of like showcasing what was possible 200 years ago in terms of like the mastery of fragrance making. And for a second, I'm like, oh, what will I choose? But then it obviously came to me, and that would be Amouage. Oh, Amouage Sunshine. I just love Sunshine by Amouage. I think it is a masterpiece. It will always be one. The hype on this one has died down since where it was at the time that I was looking at it and buying it, obviously, but I still wear it to this day. I think it's incredible. Even though she said to kind of ignore the aspect of will a fragrance even be able to last until then, if there's a fragrance in my collection that can last for 200 years, it's her. She is beauty, she is grace, she is everything, and she is actually a true masterpiece. I love Amouage Sunshine, and I have to say, because I've mentioned it before and some of you agree with me, I really wear it in fall winter. I am not, like, my body chemistry or my taste is not one that like finds it leans towards spring summer in the same way that it leans towards fall and winter. I do love it, so sometimes on like not humid days or not hot days, I will still wear it throughout the year or just to bed because I love it so much. But regardless of the name and the shade, I think it's a lot better in colder temperature because of how strong it is. And then finally, if you and your significant other had a chance to win $100 million, if the significant other could pick you out of a crowd blindfolded and just buy fragrance, what fragrance would you pick? So basically they have to smell you and figure out if it's you. And this would be very hard for my significant other because I have hundreds and hundreds of scents. And in this fake competition, there's probably going to be other people that have one of the scents that I have. But if we were kind of like reading each other's minds, I think they would know that I would pick Insolence. I just chose the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette, not the other two flankers I have because their scent is different. But I feel like they would understand that I would be trying to give them a clue. Violet is always a good clue, and this is my favorite violet fragrance ever. So it would be hard because of how many fragrances there are, and maybe they'd get swayed a different way. It would be a competition that I'd be very worried about, but if there was one, I think I would pick Insolence to try to give them that edge. So yeah, those were the 5 questions. A really quick, short video, but I really liked this tag, so thank you, Opinionated Scents. I will link her video below. As always, don't forget to leave me your answers in the comments below if you don't make videos, and if you make videos, consider yourself tagged, and I'll see you next time. Bye!